Yes, guys, yes, people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to Light Talks Football. And this is the big one. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I'm also nervous as well. But people like to call it the the London Derby. Well, guess what? This could potentially be the title race London Derby because both Arsenal and Chelsea are in the top two, and both teams are in London. But it's in the southwest of London where this game will be played. Stamford Bridge. Second versus first. Both teams won in the league, while the other big six teams have dropped points, and it's the same thing in the Champions League. Chelsea got that brilliant and fantastic result against Barcelona, or Tottenham Barcelona, I should say, 3-0. As for Arsenal, they got that huge and impressive 3-1 win at home to Bayern Munich. And not only that, Bayern Munich have lost for the first time this season in all competition. So, both teams looked impressed in the Premier League last week and in the Champions League, but now they'll be faced each other. And guess what? The table, the points could either be big or small. Because if Chelsea win this game on tomorrow, it will be 3 points behind Arsenal. But if Arsenal beat Chelsea, they'll be 9 points behind. 9 points ahead of Chelsea. Because as according to this feature right now, is 6 points that separates both Chelsea and Arsenal. So, if both teams draw, it will be the same. 6 points, the gap. But guess what, people? In order for me to tell you guys when a title race, which I think is early, this is the game we have to win. Because like I said in the review, and like many other content creators said it, if we don't beat Arsenal this tomorrow, there was a point of celebrating a win against Barcelona. What's the point? Because yes, they play a high line and all that stuff, but we got the job done. Like Barcelona have won, I think they've won the quadruple, no, actually the treble last season under Hansi Flick, you know? But we absolutely beat them. And not only that, yeah, their scoring streak is over. It's over. Chelsea are the only team, in the top five leagues in all competition keep a clean sheet against Barcelona. The only team. The only team. You know what I mean? And what I love about Chelsea is that keep underestimating us. Keep saying that we got no chance. We will show you, yeah, that this is not the Chelsea of old. This is not the Chelsea of 2 years ago. This is the Chelsea of now. Yeah? So far, Chelsea have beaten the champions of France and Europe, which is PSG. No one gave us a chance. Chelsea have beaten Liverpool, which myself and many others didn't give anybody a chance. And guess what? The same thing against Barcelona. Nobody gave Chelsea a chance against the champions of Spain, but we beat them 3-0. The only champions that we didn't beat was Bayern Munich, and that was away from home. If that game was at Stamford Bridge, it could have been a totally different game. Could have been. But guess what? Champions of England, champions of Spain, champions of both Europe and France. Nobody gave us a chance. Now, guess what, people? We are facing currently the best team in the world, which is Arsenal. Which is Arsenal. So, can we beat the champions of the best team in the world? Of course. Of course. Because, like Nina said, whenever it comes against the small teams, the teams that we're supposed to beat, we struggle. But when it comes to be facing big teams, we seem to turn up, be better than them, and win. That is it. And this is why I'm hoping that performance where everybody, including the subs, worked their socks off and performed. I need to see that performance again on Sunday. And hopefully Enzo Wesker can outclass Arteta. I really hope he can. Because so far, he hasn't been Mikel Arteta. He hasn't. One draw, one loss. Could this be the time where Enzo Maresca finally, becomes the first Chelsea player, sorry, the first Chelsea manager to beat Arsenal, not only since Thomas Tuchel, but at Stamford Bridge since Sarri. Can he be the first manager to do that? I hope so. And for me, yeah, when it comes to lineups, I'm not going to complain anymore. I would not, because I trust Enzo Maresca. I really do. So whenever the lineup comes up tomorrow, I'm not going to complain. All I'm going to say is that, listen, Enzo Maresca picked this lineup. Can it work? Can we finally beat Arsenal at Stamford Bridge? That's all I'm going to say in the watch along. I'm not going to complain anymore. I'm not. It's as simple as that. But yeah, listen, Arsenal, I feel like this is going to be more of a tougher game than Arsenal, because I would have thought that this Barcelona is going to be more tough. But I never expected it to be an easy game. Never. Barcelona were just absolutely horrible. Lamine Yamal, nothing. Rashford, nothing. Rob Lewandowski, nothing. Apart from that, Fernand Torres did absolutely nothing. Lopez as well. Yes, they're missing Pedri, but we missed Cole Palmer, and there was no Levi Colwill, two of our best players in that pitch. Listen, this Arsenal game, I don't think it's going to be that easy, because Arsenal are not like Barcelona. They're not going to play this high line, and I don't think they're going to give us too much space. But what Chelsea need to do, yeah, is we need to win that midfield and be clinical. And also, at the back, we need to really, really be focused. Chelsea needs to be focused right now. Because I watched the Arsenal game against Bayern Munich, and if you look at all three goals, it's that Bayern conceded, absolute disgrace. The first goal, you could probably say that Manuel Neuer could have done better, because he allowed Yuri Timber to get on with that header. The second goal, David Upamecano gives the ball away, and then Madueke scored. And then the third goal, my goodness me, Manuel Neuer. I know he's been at the club for a long time, but for me, that third goal, the way he was off his line and he allowed Gabriel Martinelli to score, was an absolute disgrace. But don't get me wrong, I still think that Arsenal were the better team and they deserved to win. Because Mikaelu could have scored a hat-trick. Eze could have scored. I think Hikembe could have scored. Like, Bayern Munich are really lucky that they didn't concede more than 3 goals. So I think for me, yeah, I think Chelsea's plan, yeah, is to dominate that midfield, be clinical, and to make sure that we don't give we don't allow Arsenal to have more chances than us, because they will probably score maybe 1 or 2, and we need to make sure we're being clinical. You know what I mean? So I think that's how Chelsea should do it. So I'm looking at both our centre backs. Now it depends on which one. But if Chalobah and Fofana starts that game, then both of them really need to concentrate. And Robert Sanchez, the guy, apart from the Man United game, I haven't complained about him too much. He cannot do what Manuel Neuer did. Because the only thing Robert Sanchez is good at is claiming balls from corners and making big saves. The only problem with Robert Sanchez is his distribution and having disposal moments. So I'm hoping that Sanchez can really concentrate and I'm hoping he doesn't do what he did 2 years ago, where he gave Rice the ball and then he scored straight away. I hope he doesn't do the same thing. I really hope. So I'm looking at both our centre backs and our goalkeeper, because I trust Kukureya to be locking off Saka the way he did against the Mal. And if he goes for the same, let's say the same lineup, I hope that Reece James can nullify either Martinelli, because he normally does well against Chelsea. If Gusto is starting that game. But we'll get to my the lineup in just a minute. We'll get to that one. But like I said, I'm more worried about our centre backs and our goalkeeper than everybody else. And maybe our attack as well. But we have been scoring goals in every game. We have been, The midfield, I'm not worried about. Because I know Caicedo and Enzo potentially can dominate that midfield, because both of them have been brilliant this season. I say Caicedo's been better than Enzo Fernandez, but listen, Enzo Fernandez has got more GA in the last 2 Premier League seasons than Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, and even Martin Odegaard. You know what I mean? So the midfield, I'm not concerned. The attack, Maybe, maybe not, but it's our centre backs and the goalkeeper I'm concerned. And if we give the ball away, then it's going to be our fault. If Robert Sanchez does the same thing, then also probably score because that's how they did against Bayern Munich. So for me, yeah, Chelsea needs to exploit and get rid of these mistakes, be clinical in the final third, boss that midfield, you know, and making sure that we're clinical and we win this game. Because, like I said, the last 10 games, sorry, the last 10 meetings, um, two draws. Sorry, no, it must be 11. Ever since 2020, I heard that also had 8 wins and we've only got one. Absolutely disgraceful, man. Like in my when I was younger, yeah, I used to see Chelsea beat Arsenal, at Stamford Bridge so many times, and especially at the Emirates, including the FA Cup final, all that stuff. But that's gone now. Tomorrow, that sorry, that game, you know, Arsenal's unbeaten one against Chelsea has to end. It really has to end, because I wanted to finally beat Arsenal at Stamford Bridge. The last 2 games were draws. Tomorrow, I need to see a win. Because, like I said, if we don't beat Arsenal, then what's the point of celebrating and turn up against Barcelona and getting that win? What's the point? So Chelsea have to win this game in order for me to be saying that this team is serious, but I'm not going to say just yet. Because yesterday I was to press conference, and one of the people said to Enzo Wesker, if you beat Arsenal, would you consider yourself in the title race? Then here's what Enzo Wesker said. No, because it's still early. You could probably ask me for that in March, April, or May. And that's facts, bro. That is facts, because look at last season. And when it comes to the Christmas period onwards, we seem to fall down. Because I've seen this on the Lampard, on the Tuchel, and last season, on Antonio Conte. Every time it comes to the Christmas period, from onwards, we always seem to fall down. So for me, yeah, if this Chelsea team can be consistent from Christmas onwards, and then we get into February, March, April, or May, then we're still, let's say that we're 3 points behind Arsenal, then yes, I'll say it that Chelsea are in the title race and we're serious, But it's still early days. I remember 3 years ago, I've spoken to Pippa, and big up to her. And she's a really good friend of mine. And one of the comments was saying that Arsenal going to win this league. And she said to me, she said it's too early days. And I said to her, you could probably say it in February, March, April, or May. You know what I mean? Because it's too early. And what happened? Arsenal didn't win the league. So that's what I'm saying. If Arsenal do beat Chelsea, then that's a big win. But for me, I think Arsenal fans cannot say this yet because it's still early days. Because things could change. There's 26 games to go. Sorry, 25 games to go. So things could change. It really could. So that's why for me, yeah. In order for me to say when the title race, you can ask me that in February, March, April, or May. Do not ask me yet, because it's still early days. We haven't even got to half of the season. It's only game week 13. There's 26 games to go. So that's why Enzo Wesker spoke facts yesterday. Spoke absolutely facts. So there we go on that one. But yeah, people, before I get to my predicted lineup, yesterday I was so happy and I was celebrating a bit because one player or two are back from injury. And if you're a Chelsea fan, you've got to feel excited. Take a look at this, people. So yeah, breaking news. Cole Palmer is available to play and start against Arsenal, confirms Enzo Maresca. Now, I think it's a risk of starting Cole Palmer in this game. For me, he should be on the bench. And if Palmer says he wants to come on and play, then that's his decision. But for me, starting him will be a risk because I don't want him to get another injury and he gets like 2 or 3 months without playing. You know what I mean? But I'm so glad that Palmer is available because usually he's not available in every Arsenal game. Last season under Pochettino, all that stuff. He really isn't available. But tomorrow he is, and I hope he doesn't start. I really hope he doesn't because that would be too much of a risk. But yeah, people, Cole Palmer is available because obviously he did the training before the Barcelona game. He touched grass and he looks good, so he is available. But I don't need to see him start That is a risk for me, too much of a risk. So there we go. But yes, another player, surprisingly, sorry, let me just zoom this a bit. Another player who is also available, which I did not expect, is this one. Take a look at this. So not only Cole Palmer is available, but Darius Sugo took part in training this morning, sent Enzo Maresca. Now, of course, by the time that this video uploads, it would be yesterday morning, because the video you'll be watching, I'm recording this on Friday, and this video will be released today. So yeah, the video, sorry, what I meant to say is that the video was recorded yesterday, and the video you're watching now is today, which is of course Saturday. So that one really surprised me, because I would have thought that Darius Sugo will not be available until January, but he's early. Just like Badishil came in early. Who else? Ray Sofano as well. Like, whoever the medics is, you've got to say fair play. Fair play, because they're taking care of these players really, really well. So the fact that Sugo trained yesterday morning is very good, because imagine you have Caicedo or Enzo, gets injured, then who else have we got? We've only got Santos in that space clear. So the fact that Isugo is available and he trained is absolutely amazing. That is so, so brilliant. That's good news to all of us Chelsea fans, and a bit worrying for the rival fans. But we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. But yeah, Cole Palmer is available and he could potentially start. But for me, that's too much of a risk. But yeah, Sugo is also available. He also trained. So yeah, very, very good news for that one. So looking forward to it. But yeah, people, before I end this video, let me give you guys my prediction out for tomorrow's game. And so, first things first, I'm going to start off with the goalkeeper. And for me, it's got to be Robert Sanchez, because if Robert Sanchez, let's say, keeps a clean sheet, he's level with David Dwyer. Because as I'm recording this video right now, David Dwyer has got 7 clean sheets in the Premier League, and Sanchez has already got 6, one behind. I'll be very surprised if Sanchez gets a Golden Glove the way he did in the Club World Cup. But yeah, man, other than the Man United game, I haven't got complaints about Team Tom much. But like I said before, Robert Sanchez needs to really improve on his distribution, because anyhow he gives it to the Arsenal players, we are going to be in trouble. We are seriously going to be in trouble. So yeah, Sanchez doesn't go. The back four, I'm gonna keep it remained as the for the Barcelona game, because this is also a huge game. So yeah, Cucurella starts for me, because he'll be up against Saka, and with no doubt he'll be locking him up the way he locked off Lamine Yamal on Tuesday night. The two centre backs, Chalobah and Fofana. Now this is the interesting stat, guys. These two played each other 3 times and got 3 clean sheets. Now, do I think we're going to keep a clean sheet against Arsenal? No. So I feel like for me, these two would definitely concede. But Chalobah, when he's up against Ray Sofana, he has been looking good. So for me, the two centre backs I'll go for is Chalobah and Ray Sofana. But I have a sick feeling that he won't do it, because they both play 90 minutes during the Barcelona game. But I'm hoping that these two, but I hope he starts these two, because he got Leeds next, and that's when I make a change to the centre back. So there we go. Malo Gusto, right back, for me, because he looked good. He does look really good when he's up, and he performs well against big teams. So for me, the back four unchanged. Now in terms of the midfield, I'm gonna go for Caicedo and Reece James. The same way as, like, I'll like, as you can see in a minute, there's only a few changes, but yeah, Caicedo and Reece James, because Caicedo, for me, he's just one of the best DMs in the Premier League. He just handled Lopez, and that tackle, oh my god, like, I'm looking forward to it. Wise for his Caicedo, Esteval versus Saka, James versus Timber. It is going to be an amazing game. So I'm hoping that Reece James can outperform Timber. I'm hoping that Caicedo can outperform Declan Rice, and I'm hoping that Esteval can outperform Saka's for this game. So yeah, Caicedo and Reece James both look superb in the Barcelona game. Now, the only change I will have is Pedro Neto, because because Timber is playing as right back, and if he's up against Garnacho, then he might. Then I think he's gonna have a good game. When it comes to Pedro Neto, for me, the one thing I love about Neto is his pace. He is super fast. But the one thing he needs to be really focusing on is his finishing. Because he could have scored a hat trick against Barcelona if he would have put those chances away. So for me, Neto worked against the high line against Barcelona, but for me, put him on the left wing because don't get me wrong, if Garnacho starts, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not complain. But for me, Neto on the left wing, you know what I mean? In terms of number 10, I'm going to go for Enzo Fernandez. Probably one of the best performances I've seen from Enzo this season. You know, could have got a hat trick as well. Passing good, defending good. Everything about Enzo Fernandez, you know, in that Barcelona game has been superb. You know, 10 out of 10 for me. So let's hope he does the same thing. In terms of right wing, like for me, I know he's going to be starting Esteval in this game. It's probably going to be Garnacho on the left and Neto on the right. But for me, he's got to start. He really has. Because in 3 days' time, we go away to Leeds. Like for me, yeah, I want to see Esteval starting this game and then drop and then put him on the bench for the Leeds game. Because this Arsenal game is huge and important. Yes, Leeds United and Chelsea hate each other. And that's also a big game. But for me, it's a London derby. We're at home and we've got to win. And the only player that could do that for us is Esteval. So for me, he has got to start this game. He really has to. And then up top, I'm going to go for João Pedro. Now, the reason why I'm going for this is because not only João Pedro is playing against Arsenal, but if Palmer comes off the bench and we get to see the Esteval and João Pedro link up like we saw before the season starts, boy, it is going to be amazing. It's going to be fun to watch. So that's why I'm hoping that Esteval starts and João Pedro starts just in case if Cole Palmer comes off the bench and we see that link up. So there we go. But yeah, man, that is the lineup that I think Enzo Wesker should go for tomorrow's game. Last and not least, people, predictions. Now, I'm here and now before I recorded this video, I heard so many people going for an Arsenal win. You know, 2-1, 3-0, 4-1, 3-0, 2-0, 1-0. But listen, I'm gonna back my boys to win. Because let them keep doubting Chelsea. Let them keep doing it. We turn up and we're gonna show the world that don't put Chelsea, yeah, as the underdogs. And don't underestimate Chelsea, and don't give them any chance. We will show you what we can do. So guess what, people? I feel we're going to concede, but I'm going to back my back my Chelsea to win this game. So I'm going to go for Chelsea 2, Arsenal 1. The only goal scorer for Arsenal, for me, maybe it's Gabriel Martinelli because he loves playing against Chelsea. But for my team, I'm going to go for Esteval to score and maybe Enzo Fernandez, probably him, or it might be Caicedo, who knows, or maybe João Pedro. But all I know is that I'm backing my boys, and I hope they don't let me down tomorrow. Chelsea better not let me down. Please win this, because I want to see finally beat Chelsea, not only for the first time since 2021 in the Premier League, but since 2018 at Stamford Bridge. This is the first time because I saw stats for the Chelsea women's team and if only and we're unbeaten in the last six at Stamford Bridge, last six at home. So that's why for me the men has to do what the ladies always do against Arsenal and win. That is it. You know, if this game, I don't care if the game ends 1-0 or maybe 2-1 or something like that. All I need is a win. That is as simple as that. If we don't win, then it's going to be another year without beating Arsenal Stamford Bridge. So tomorrow should be the day where Chelsea beat Arsenal Stamford Bridge. It's as simple as that. But that is it, people. That is my preview for Chelsea versus Arsenal. Don't forget, tomorrow there will be a live watch along and a match reaction as well. Fingers crossed, I'm going to be buzzing if Chelsea do win. So if you guys want to join me on that one, make sure you guys are hitting the subscribe button. Share this so that people can also join me as well. Make sure you click the like button as well. Hype it. Leave your thoughts and feelings in the comments below. And boy, I'm nervous, but I'm excited. I'm so looking forward to it. The title race London derby tomorrow at Stamford Bridge, 4:30 p.m. kickoff. Chelsea versus Arsenal. Who's gonna win it? Hopefully my team. I'm hoping so. But yeah, people, thank you guys so much for watching. It's your boy Light Talks Football. Take care, goodbye, God bless, and as always, come on you Blues.